What's going on, guys? It's early Friday morning. I was just sitting here trying to get a bunch of listings done because I have tons of new inventory photographed on my phone. But a friend of mine texted me and said she was dropping her kid off at school like 2 or 3 miles down the road. And she said that there was like a really good estate sale and a really good yard sale like right there on the same street. So we're going to go over there and check out this estate sale and check out this yard sale and see if we can find some stuff to flip online. Alright, so it's the next day. I'm actually going to play golf here in a little bit, and I got a fantasy football draft today. So this is like one of the days of the year that I look forward to. I really look forward to. But we got up early, we got some extra time. So I'm going to go maybe hit like 1 or 2 yard sales before I head off to golf. And yesterday I went to that estate sale that I had the video of. And then I also went to a yard sale after that, and it was in the historic district, which is like a really nice part of town. And we got some really good stuff. So after the weekend's over and I get back to work on Monday, I'm gonna pull everything out and show you guys what we got at the estate sale and that cool yard sale we went to. And then I actually didn't film at that yard sale, and I wish I had, but it was a really small, tight quarters yard sale. There was a lot of people there, and he had a lot of good stuff. So as soon as I got there, I was like, went into overdrive, and I started making a pile, and I was just looking for the diamonds in the rough. And I got some really good stuff. It was probably the best yard sale I've been to in a long time. But we're gonna go hit some more yard sales right now. We only got about an extra 30 or 40 minutes, so I could probably go to like 2 or 3. But with any luck, we'll find a few items to flip. All right, this is actually inside of my neighborhood. I saw a garage sale sign, so we're gonna follow it. Okay, yeah, I've never been to this house, so this is cool. Should be a decent one. Looks like they got some good stuff out. So that yard sale was absolutely garbage, and that's what you need to understand. Like, if you're gonna go out and try to be successful at yard sales, like literally only 1 out of 5 are gonna be good, and then like 1 out of 20 are gonna be like really, really, really good. So you just have to like really get out there and go to sale after sale after sale after sale. And if that means like walking through somebody's driveway and basically assessing everything and realizing that it's a bunch of junk. But I only spent like 2 minutes there. So I was in and out because I realized really quick there's nothing to flip. A lot of their stuff was dirty and nasty, so I didn't want anything from that sale. And I didn't see anything of value out there. So now we'll go to another sale. We're kind of pressed for time, so we probably got time for one more. With any luck, we'll find something. Okay, so we're pulling up to this estate sale here on the cul-de-sac. Find a better place to park. But yeah, we're gonna go in this house and see if we can find anything. So that estate sale was a bust as well. We're kind of striking out this morning. But when it comes to those estate sales, you really want to find like the companies in your area that actually price stuff good and fair. Because like that place, they had like, you know, used printers for $50 and like Gone with the Wind style lantern lamp for $300. Like, who's gonna pay those prices at a yard sale, estate sale kind of setting? It just drives me crazy. But anyway, there's actually a regular yard sale down the road here, one more, and I think I got time to squeeze it in just to see if they have anything good. Okay, here we are at the last yard sale, and as I pulled up, I saw surfboards and skateboards up against that garage. I'm stoked. This one I might actually find something. So I just grabbed one vintage skateboard deck there. It's used, and I couldn't find an exact sold comp, but I know all the really good skateboarding brands, and this was a PAL deck, and it's obviously like at least 20 or 30 years old. And a lot of people like myself collect the old skateboards that they used to have when they were younger. So if somebody's gonna wanna have this piece, I'm gonna post a picture of it in a Facebook group that is full of skateboard collectors and see if I can get a little bit more information on the skateboard. And I'll show it to you when I pull everything out from yard sales from the past couple of days and show you guys everything we picked up.
Yeah. You filming that shit? Dude, get out of here. Oh, dude, you don't fucking play.
You won't mess with
Get
me.
out of here. Dude. Hey, dude.
Yeah, look at him.
Yo. Get out of here. Motherfucker.
Yeah, I ain't scared of nothing.
No, because he can do that.
So I got everything pulled out that we got at the yard sales on Friday and Saturday morning. This was the only thing I picked up Saturday morning before the fantasy football draft and golf. It's a vintage PAL skateboard deck, and it has the guy's name here, C.R. Sen. His name's Chris Sen. He was a pro skateboard rider in the early 90s. But some of these vintage skateboard decks are worth a lot of money, especially if they're a good brand. I've been skateboarding like my whole life, so I know all the good brands. This is PAL, which is one of the most iconic brands in skateboarding. But I picked this up for $10. I have to do some research. I'm going to post a picture of it in the skateboard collectors group because there was no sold comps on eBay. And I'm going to see how desirable it is. But a lot of times these vintage decks in this kind of used condition, probably $50 to $150 depending on how bad somebody really wants this graphic. So this was a really cool piece. Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville 5 o'clock somewhere neon clock. I haven't plugged it in to see how cool it looks. The guy told me it worked and everything. The back is metal. The housing is metal. This thing is solid, and look how big it is. I mean, it's like 16 to 18 inches across, something like that. So it's a really cool piece. It was only $20 at that yard sale. And I saw other neon Jimmy Buffett clocks selling for over $100, and none of them were like as cool and as nice as this. I don't think I'll have any problem getting $150 for this clock. And on the low end, you know, $120 plus shipping, and I paid 20 bucks, so that's a banger. I got this Sea-Line waterproof duffel bag, probably used for like scuba gear and things like that, but it was only $5. I didn't even look it up. I just knew it was really nice. It's got to be worth at least $30, maybe $40. I'm just guessing though, because like I said, I didn't look it up. I got 3 pair of shoes for $5. I got these Adidas Boost, which they're a little dirty on the soles here, but I have some really good sneaker cleaner, and I'll take like 3 to 5 minutes and clean these things up, and they'll look 10 times better. For $5, I got all 3 pairs. So how sick is that? These Vans, they're like new. It looks like they've been worn like once or twice. They're really cool. I like the colorway. And then lastly, we got some really nice Nikes. I would have kept these if these were my size, but unfortunately they're 10, I believe, 9.5, and I wear an 11, so those won't work for me. But $5 for those 3 pair of sneakers, even if I only got $30 a pair, that's $5 into $90. I picked up this big Lodge enamel coated cast iron pot for 10 bucks. This I'm probably gonna put in the local auction that I'm setting up, that I'm running in a couple weeks. I'll make a video when all that goes down about the auction and how much I get out of it and everything. But this piece will probably end up in the auction. I paid 10. I expect it to probably sell in that auction for like 30 bucks. So I'm not gonna make a bunch of money, but when I'm out sourcing and I'm running one of these auctions, I do try to find good stuff like this to attract some bidders. I got the Sony boombox. It's a CD player, tape player. It's got a cool kind of like vintage look to it. I paid 10 bucks for it. I don't think this is worth a ton of money. I didn't even look it up because actually my phone wouldn't work inside of that house. Just guesstimating, I think it's only going to be worth like $40 to $50 plus shipping. But I like the vintage electronics, as you guys have probably know by now. This is a cool piece as well. I've sold a couple of these sets in the past, or similar sets. It's really hard to find these complete, new in the box. So that's what makes them so valuable, because I think like parents that maybe had this same set when they were a kid, maybe it's nostalgic for them and they want to kind of build it with their kids, something like that. That's just my guess. But anyway, I only paid $10 for this, and usually this is like all wood and you put this little cabin together and it's like really solid, nice pieces. So a lot better than the crap that you buy today. And I think it should sell for like around 100 bucks plus shipping. I picked up this. I'm just familiar with this item because I just bought one. It's by the CenturyLink company, but I had to pay like $150 for this for my service. And I did look it up because I was thinking about switching providers, and these are selling for like $80 to $100 used, and it was only $5 at the estate sale. So I went ahead and picked it up, and I should be able to get at least $60 plus out of it for sure. I got a pair of these Paradigm, these would probably be considered bookshelf speakers, and I have not ever seen this brand before. I was unfamiliar with it, but this pair will sell for like $65 to $80 plus shipping, and I paid $20 for the pair. I also got this big Paradigm subwoofer, which basically goes with those speakers. And when I took it up to the lady, I asked her, I said, this is Paradigm and those are Paradigm. Those are priced at 20, but this doesn't have a price tag on it. So I just made her like understand my confusion, you know, just to kind of feel her out. And she's like, oh, well, I imagine that that's a set. And she's like, I'll just add 10 for the big subwoofer. So $30 for the 3 speakers. I was like, deal. Because this will sell for $100 to $150 plus shipping, and probably closer to the $150 range. And it was basically only $10 added on to those speakers that I had already picked up. I took a chance on this rainbow vacuum. I paid $20 for it. My phone wasn't working in the house, like I said, and I knew some of the rainbow stuff goes for a lot of money, and I imagine this will be worth a lot more than 20 bucks. So if I had to guess, I'd say 100 plus, but we'll have to look up the model and do a little bit of research. But $80 to $100, potentially more depending on the model and how desirable it is. I got another vintage electronic at that estate sale. I paid $10 for this Onkyo receiver. My phone didn't work in there, so I was unable to look it up. I've sold enough of these to know that they're always going to sell for like $60 to $100 plus shipping depending on the model. So I'll have to do a little bit of more research on that. But at least a $50 bill all day, every day. We got this Margaritaville frozen concoction maker. So you can make your own frozen margaritas at home. My mom had one of these and we used it a couple times. It was pretty fun, but it's a really cool piece. These things always sell really good. They're kind of hard to find, so whenever you do find one, you don't have a lot of competition on eBay, so you can get rid of them pretty easily. This thing's worth $100 all day, and I paid 20 or 25, I can't remember. And I might be able to get like 120 plus shipping, maybe a little bit more than 100. So this is like the best thing I got. I saved the best for last. I paid $50 for the Bose system. It's got the big subwoofer here. It's too heavy to pick up. But then I have the head unit here, the 2 surround sound speakers, all Bose, like a big matching set. And then it even comes with like the cords and the remote. And right when I saw the set, I've actually sold this remote right here for like 40 or 50 bucks by itself. I think I sold it for $49.99 free shipping not even that long ago. So I asked how much for the whole set, and the guy said 50 bucks. I knew the remote was worth 50, so I knew it was a deal. But when I got back, I looked it up, and it should sell for like $225 plus shipping. It's a little bit of an older model. If you find some newer models, you're gonna get a lot more money. But all in all, it's a good piece. So for all this stuff, I really only spent, I think like, I didn't add it all up exactly, but I think I was only in it for like $200. And you know, I'm gonna get $200 out of the Bose, and then the rest is basically pure profit. So that was a great day, and that was just like one of the best yard sales I've been to in a long time. And it was like really tight quarters, and there was a lot of people there, so it wasn't like a good opportunity for me to even like get any footage. But that's where I got the shoes and the clock and the enamel coated pot, the Bose stuff, this frozen concoction maker. Majority of the stuff came from this little yard sale downtown in the historic district. That's why I tell you guys it's a volume game when it comes to yard sales. And you saw on Saturday morning that the yard sales were shit. It was like I kept leaving empty-handed, and then I got one thing at the last yard sale. So a lot of people, what they do is they're like, I want to go yard selling to make some extra money. They hit those 3 or 4 yard sales and they just think it's a joke. They think people are asking too much. They just get all these like prejudgments in their mind about yard selling and how it's not successful or how it's not a viable way to source. But this kind of yard sale where I got the majority of this stuff, that's why I'm out there pounding the pavement, going to sale after sale after sale, because every once in a while, I would say like 1 out of 30 or 1 out of 40 yard sales, you just come across one where you can get like $500 to $1,000 worth of eBay resale merchandise for $100 or $120. You know, like the stuff you can get at yard sales beats the auctions or anything, because there's no competition. You're just paying what somebody's asking you to, and there's the bartering aspect or the haggling aspect. If they're asking $100, I can offer $70, and if it's at a thrift store and they're asking $100, it's a lot harder for me to try to get a lower price, and I personally don't even do that. But you don't understand what I'm saying. But anyways, without rambling on too much, I'm glad you guys watched this video. It was some cool stuff we got, and it was kind of like, I would have probably hit more yard sales on Saturday had I not had so many plans. So that's how I keep this thing going. You know, I hit those couple of yard sales on Friday morning, then I hit a few yard sales on Saturday morning, then I go to like a thrift store on Monday or Tuesday, I go to an auction on Wednesday, and everywhere I go I'm just picking up 2 things here, 5 things here, 6 things here. A good auction, I'll pick up 15, 20 things, and I just continuously am reinvesting the money that's coming in, and it kind of creates this snowball effect where you see behind me the shelves are full, there's money coming into the bank every week. Even if I needed to take a couple of weeks off, I have plenty of stuff to keep me going. So that's the idea. You're just kind of creating a machine, then you just kind of like oil the machine as you go. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna keep making more content like this, and I appreciate everything. Thank you. Peace.